All right, folks, it is day one of XRP having clarity. I just listened in on Brad Garlinghouse, his most recent victory interview. I think it's the first one that he's done since the defeat of the SEC in this ongoing legal battle, 2.5 years, and we are finally broken through. Now, full disclosure, I was a little slow waking up this morning after partying with you guys last night. If you guys missed it last night, we ran up a live session on YouTube, XRP Victory Day celebration, and then we also did a Twitter space after that. Got to speak with the community and have ourselves a great time. It was amazing. But with that being said, guys, I was just listening to this interview. Huge shout out to Thinking Crypto, Tony Edwards, and Darren Moore Jr. for getting Brad to pop up in a Twitter space this morning. And so I got a couple notes here that I want to go through, my key takeaways from listening to Brad Garlinghouse. So, you know, he talked about how great this victory felt, right? That's how he really started off, by just saying that it's amazing that we finally have done it. And he did note that the drama surrounding this case is most definitely going to be turned into a movie. I think there's going to be multiple Netflix documentaries and movies made about this case. And with the SEC corruption and all of that, that's a whole other another movie potential there as well. But then he noted the laughable fact that the SEC tried to claim victory, and he made a funny joke about he didn't know that they had made hallucinogens legal in DC or something of that effect. That he doesn't know what the SEC's smoking, but it's pretty funny that they try to claim a victory. And he said that this is absolutely going to have profound implications. We're going to get more developers, more entrepreneurs coming to the XRP ledger. It's absolutely what we want. But he did also note that the fact remains right now as it stands, we really only have two digital assets in the United States with clarity, and that would be Bitcoin and that would be XRP. And I love the wording that he said. He said the law of the land. He was asked if the SEC is going to appeal, and he said they can appeal. There's a lot of risk. That process would take a long time. But as of today, the law of the land is that XRP is a digital token and it is not a security. I absolutely love that. And then he highlighted the fact that in this case, the SEC wasn't able to bully the victim. 200 million big bans is what Ripple had to spend fighting the SEC. And they're used to these little crypto projects, these little crypto bros that just fold over and don't have an ability to cut a check that's 1/10 of that, like let alone $200 million, right? And so he said in this case, they came up against a opponent that I think they underestimated. And so to that point, huge shout out to Stuart Alderati, General Counsel for Ripple, the whole legal team, the whole battle, and the fact that Ripple was able to step up, cut that check, and win this victory for not just themselves and XRP, but for the whole crypto space as a whole. He did note a huge shout out to John Deaton and the effect that John and all of the XRP community had in this case. Just like he highlighted in XRP Vegas, he, gave us a particular shout out and thank you to the XRP army for the work that we're doing. And I remember, leaving XRP Vegas remembering that, because I know there's so many people that make fun that, they made fun of us for being in the XRP army and we're delusional and crazy and this and that. And how they say, it's nonsense. You guys are just emotional investors. But Brad highlighted the fact that we stood up. We stood up to the fight here, and we stood alongside Brad and the team to help bring victory to this case. And we got eyeballs on this. We got congressmen and women acknowledging this case. I mean, we took this thing all the way up to the very top. I was doing my part today. I saw Larry Fink said that digital assets were about to, surpass, basically surpass existing currencies or something along those lines. I'm not remembering exactly what it was, but I retweeted and I said, I wonder if BlackRock knows about XRP, and obviously they do. And then I also asked the question, I wonder if Grant Cardone picked up any XRP, right? And so I'm doing my part by tagging some of these more famous folks like Grant Cardone and others, and I just want to keep this momentum rolling, right? We have clarity now. It's time for us to take the spotlight. And as I mentioned that, it's funny, the Bitcoin maxis are already in panic that we're coming for that number one spot. They better watch out, because not only do we have clarity, full clarity, we actually have utility, unlike Bitcoin. Now, once again, Brad highlighted the fact that it's just Bitcoin and XRP. That's not how he wants it to be, but he said, I'm not going to be complaining, right? We fought hard for this. We did get it. And he did note that the Sam Bankman fraud that was taking place with FTX and the politicians taking their cut definitely has been a burden and was a bad little spot mark on the cryptocurrency space, and definitely bad for the industry. And so we're trying to fix that. Ripple's been one of the companies that's been trying to be transparent, trying to do things the proper way. But when you got, Sam Bankman-Fried paying off politicians on both sides of the aisle so that he can run his little scheme, and then that gets exposed and blows up in their face, and then good guy Gary Gensler, cop on the beat, always late to the party, always late to the crime, it's not good for our industry. What else is not good for the industry is all the ICOs and all this rampant scams and frauds that are still going on to this day, right? And so I think that this is going to provide clarity for XRP, for Ripple, and for some other projects. But I think that much of this space is going to be mistaken in thinking that this relates to them. If you did an ICO, if you did some other dealings, if you didn't have your project built out before you raised funds, you're going to find yourselves in a different situation, a different set of facts and circumstances compared to Ripple and XRP. Now, in conclusion, he said no party announcement yet. Tony Edwards had asked him time, place, date. Should we bring our own beer, bring our own adult beverages? What do we need to do? And Brad said, the thing about planning a party is it's hard to plan when you don't know when it's going to be time to celebrate. But now he said, let the planning begin. Let's have a little fun. Let's have that proper party that we've been waiting so long for. And guys, it just feels so amazing. The energy is back. I could feel it last night in last night's live show in the Twitter space that we hosted after. There was like 5,000 people in the space this morning listening to Brad Garlinghouse give his first victory interview. And I did actually record it. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to probably put the link on down below for the full interview from Brad Garlinghouse this morning. And then maybe I'll also post it in a separate video linked up right here as well. So if you guys appreciate this content, make sure you smash the thumbs up, hit that notification bell after you subscribe. Everything else is at my website, ZachRector.com. And if you want to listen to the victory interview from Brad Garlinghouse, it's going to be linked up right here and in the description below. God bless all of you. I will see you in the next one.